Here is your basic close slash combo. You can also end it with the Gamma Blade most of the time. That'll put you a little bit further away. This also works off of 2S pretty consistently. If you get 2S and you do this combo, when you land the kick in the air, right there, if the height of your opponent is right and you're kind of as low as you can get on them and still hit them and they're mostly above you, you can do a pretty cool combo route where you jump cancel, do a slash, and jump again, do your triple jump, and do a kick into a K alpha blade, and it'll connect if you do that exact route. It looks something like this. And then after that, when you hit them with that 5K, you can do a safe jump after that. See? It's awesome. It's a little situational though, and of course, you probably can't do it on a lot of the super heavy characters. But it's good to know, because when you're Chipp, you constantly want to end your combos in a way that gives you an advantage, puts them in a mix-up, gives you a safe jump, because you're not really going to get a lot of damage on most combo routes unless you have a counter hit in the corner, of course, with meter. There's also a little extension you can do if you are hitting them and you're just past mid-screen. This extension is pretty simple, and it's not optimal or anything, but it's kind of fun. So basically, after your jumping kick here, you jump forward and hit your slash, and then just naturally fall into your second slash. So jumping forward and just falling, and then just hitting slash as we fall for that second slash. I did test this out, and you can do it on heavier characters, but you have to use 2K at the end there, like that. And then, of course, there's nothing wrong with just doing basic 5A combo. So for anti-air combos now, we're going to talk about stuff you get off 5P. So if you hit somebody with the 5P and they bounce back like that in the air, this is what you should do if you're new. Okay? Micro dash into a 5K, into a 6H, oops, into Gamma Blade. You can do Rekka as well. Once you get used to that, you can move on to this route, okay? Alright, and if you do that route, like we talked before, oops, it'll give you a safe jump setup. Just like that. Like from the last combo. Of course, it makes you switch sides though. If you don't want to switch sides, you should do something like this. Oops. You can also, of course, run up and get that close slash and start with the... and run the basic combo we talked about at the beginning of the video. Just be sure to leave a delay after you hit him with that close slash and let him fall onto your 2S a little bit. You don't need a lot, and it's not very hard to do, but you definitely need to leave that little pause there. There, pause. Let's like pause. just a moment. Of course, you'll have more gravity, hit stun gravity, I don't know what they call it in this game, and he'll fall faster if you start with a 5P. You can't get the full combo, but you can go into that close slash route. Okay, next is corner combos. Of course, you're going to be using your Rekka in the corner. Here's what you do if you manage to hit him with the overhead. Of course, if you don't want to cash out and go for damage, you can do something like this. And that's a setup too. What you do to do that is right there, when your opponent is in the air, you want to, and you're juggling them, they're not on the ground when you're comboing them, which will happen if you hit them with the overhead. You want to hit them with that 5H, or close slash, then a 5H, okay? And while they're in that tumble state, instead of, what you're going to do is you're going to run up, just tapping your dash button, you're going to hit them with either a 5K or a 2K, and then you're going to immediately cancel that 5K or 2K into a P Alpha Blade and hold it just for a moment so you start wall riding. So it's going to be like this. Like that, okay? And depending on if you use 5K or 2K, that Alpha Blade will be either a same side or a crossover. It'll change which side you land on depending on what button you use, and it also depends on slightly how long you hold it, the size of the character. It can be ambiguous most of the time, but it doesn't matter. I mean, your opponent isn't going to know which side you're going to hit them on most of the time, and it's going to mix up their reversal input too. So it's, even if they do manage to get a safe jump out, it's safe to it, or a reversal out, it's safe to it. So here's that one more time. And then, of course, if you don't get the counter hit, you can just use roaming cancel. Now, while they're in the 5H tumble state, instead of doing a 5K into a 5K into Alpha Blade for a mix, you can actually, if your timing is tight, you can hit them with another slash, heavy slash, like so. Well, you'll have to use the roaming cancel if you don't get a counter hit, like I said before. Like that. The timing is pretty tight, but with a little practice, you can get it pretty consistently. If you're really good, I've seen people do it actually 3 times. That might be on a counter hit. There we go. It's tough. The timing's tight. It takes a little practice to get all them dashes in there, but look how much damage that is. The trick to getting all 3 hits in is, after you do the roaming cancel, actually let yourself wait just a hair and let Chipp fall so you're a little bit lower than he is when you hit him. So when you do that first counter slash on the ground, he's at the top. He's like above your head. See that? He's way up there. And that's going to give you more time to get all 3 of those 2S 5Hs in, so to speak. Okay, from here on out, we're going to just demonstrate some heavy counter hit combos. There's not a lot to talk about here, so I'll just go ahead and demonstrate these.